to Andrew. Okay, well, let me go ahead and pump up the volume a little bit, son, and I'm going to go
Pump
ahead.
up the jam.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. I really am. I'm excited about the lineups. I mean, you shared this document with me so I can kind of see what's going on a little bit, and I'm just I'm just dying to get back out there. You know what I mean? You've been like in the thick of it, commentating so much, and I've just been kind of like I've been watching on your channel. I've been spectating because I'm friends with a handful of pros in game, so I'm ready to go. I want to see exactly what these pros are going to do with the insane buffs to Skelly Barrel and Gob Hut because they
Well,
are everywhere.
dude, buckle up because we're about to see a lot of both of those two things. By the way, what are the teams playing? First of all, Team Liquid. You know these guys pretty well. Why? Because they're the Clash Royale League world champions. From left to right, Diego B, the Mortar Master Igor, Canario, the Giant Slayer, and the GOAT. No questions about it. Make that debate, you'll lose it. Surgical Goblin. And on the other side, the new and improved Cream Esports. Diego E from the left-hand side, the late addition of X Pedro, who people are really excited to see in the West. Yirai, over from Fnatic after he kind of made a breakout season in 2020, and then back in business in CRL West, Saint Belican. So very, very excited about having that guy. And this is going to be a good one, dude. Cream Esports. I'm excited for the possibilities of Cream Esports. They've kind of been up and down in 2019, but this new roster, Andrews, we're waiting to get ready into game number 1. What do you think about this new roster? It's pretty exciting to me.
Yeah, I am very, very excited. We've talked about Yirai needing a little bit more support around him for a very long time. We saw what he did in head-to-head play last season. People slept on him for so long, and now having Belican back in the rotation, back in CRL, and seeing what he's done online over the last 2 seasons has been it's been unbelievable. So I'm really excited. And also Belican's one of those guys, you know it from hanging out with him. He's just like a treat to be around. And I think he's a great guy to have on a squad, maybe help boost the morale. I know that he likes to, give people a hard time and kind of jab, but it's all in good fun. So I think Belican, not only is he incredibly talented, but will be a good, maybe just a morale booster for Cream. And then do we have to talk about Liquid? Is there anything to say? I mean, look at that squad, dude. And you said it yourself. Surge is undoubtedly, undisputed, the GOAT of CR now. We both thought at the end of maybe NAEU a couple years ago that Surgical's time, his reign of terror was over. And then we have seen him do nothing but get better and better and better. I didn't know it was possible.
Dude, was so fired up. Like, the one thing he always wanted was a world championship, and I think he really felt like he missed out on CCGS in terms of finally getting that notch on his belt. And
Yeah.
you saw him ready, of course, for that Team Liquid side. Guys, by the way, we're streaming both on YouTube and Mad Cat for this match. But when this match is over, directly after, it's the $100 Mad Cat Open number 2, 1,000-player tournament. Top 8 make a bracket after that first hour. And yes, it will be max 3 losses, so don't bring your cheap spam stuff. You'll get broken. Winner take all. That's going to be today, directly after this match. Sometime during the match, I will start putting together the actual clan information. But it's going to be exclusive on Mad Cat. The login information will be exclusively on Mad Cat. The stream on YouTube will go down and will be just on Mad Cat exclusively for that tournament. So let me know if you guys are having trouble finding it. But I linked the Mad Cat link on YouTube. So if you want to compete for $100 later today, go ahead and jump on that. And then, of course, tomorrow, your chance to get involved in Clash Royale Esports. You want to get noticed? You're saying, notice me? Well, here you go. That's how you do it. That's going to be the game. 700 euros on the line. It's going to be one of those big open tournaments. If you know about the CWA Cup, the Moreno Cup, the Bren Chong Cup, this is one of those events coordinated by Revel, and it's going to be a blast and a big-time chance for you to get yourself in the mix and maybe show off your skills and win some cash. But, of course, we are moments away from our first 2v2 game. Diego B and Canario on one side, Yirai and Diego E on the other. Cream Esports facing off against Liquid. Let's go.
Yeah, this is an exciting duo here. Canario and Diego B, I think, will be really, really great together. I think it's interesting to pull Surgical out of it because of the incredible amount of success they had. But again, why have Surge not be in those 1v1 sets? I mean, today is a little bit different because we're playing BO5s, but I really like this Canario Diego B for Liquid.
And a quick note on the BO5, it's because some people have questioned about it. We are using the Clash Royale League best of 5 format, 2v2, 1v1, 1v1, 1v1 King of the Hill, but it's not technically a best of 5 for those of you guys asking out there. It's the best of 5 format, but we are playing all 5 sets so that the teams can practice game time situations. This is a full-length scrim, a super scrim. So go ahead and jump on in and enjoy the action. And of course, if you haven't yet, follow Andrew on everything, because he's my buddy and he's got good stuff. And by the way, every time you subscribe today, in case you guys were curious about it, a unicorn is born. I don't know if you guys knew that. I know it's people sometimes are kind of surprised by that, but that's what's happening today. Unicorn born every time you subscribe. So go ahead and jump on in.
They're getting close to being back on the endangered species list. So
True.
You know, definitely sub up to both of us. Save a unicorn, save the planet, and a missed tornado there from Uriah. It looked like trying to activate King Tower. I think it was on the battle healer there. So you know, it's an exhibition, but you don't love to see those mistakes.
Yeah, they happen. They happen everywhere. It's part of the game. But let's go ahead and stick with the action. It's 2v2. The only set that has bans, there's been a lot of back and forth about the ban issue, Andrew, especially everyone looking at no tilt with so much head-to-head play, and it's King of the Hill 1v1 in no tilt. And people are kind of like, come on, man. It's been, you talked about Skeleton Barrel Goblin Hunt. Well, I guarantee you'll see some of that once we get into the head-to-head play. You'll see a lot of that in the head-to-head play. Where are you at this point on bans? I know you and I went to a WCG, and we lobbied to have bans in 2v2. We saw how necessary and valuable it was. Where are you at this stage with bans in head-to-head play?
You know, man, it's one of those things where I feel like we've been battling it for so long. It's just been going back and forth and back and forth, and honestly, it's been kind of a losing uphill battle. We haven't had bans in head-to-head play in like ever in CRL, it feels like. So I think I'm okay with it. I like what it does in 2v2. I really love the 2v2 bans, and I think if you don't have them, then the meta gets incredibly stale. Now we'll see what happens, obviously, with the cards right now, but as for head-to-head play, I'm okay with it. Obviously, I enjoy probably having bans a bit more, but I don't think it's as detrimental as it is in 2v2 for the archetype and the meta.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, we all prefer them for a variety of reasons, but you know, definitely as we were both saying, 2v2 is super important. Yeah, dude, Andrew, check out that YouTube chat. People are excited to see you. Wait a second, Mr. Guy is here too. What a wonderful day. Yeah, Yay. 2 of us. And there you go, game number 1 going Canario, Diego B. Guys, we are going to be focused on the gameplay in a moment, but also like Andrew and I, as you may have noticed if you joined in because I didn't have the mutes in properly, we haven't had a chance to talk in a minute, so really excited to catch up. So we'll be doing some of that here on stream as well. And there you go.
Oh, look at that. Sean and Chris are calling me right now. No.
There's your 2v2 stats courtesy of Stats Royale. You don't know what your next chest is going to be? Well, guess what? StatsRoyale.com will tell you. They cracked the code. Oh, is it going to be an epic chest? They'll tell you. Is it 5 silver chests in a row? Maybe. They'll let you know. Go to StatsRoyale.com. Yeah, I know. I love doing my ad reads. Let's see. Hey, Rich and Andrew, I just DM'd you both on Twitter on a CRL logic puzzle regarding CRL no-tilt players. It's hard, but really fun. I'll check out DMs. Guys, if you send me a DM that has, like, things in it, like you say ideas, I will read it. If your DM is just like, hey or hello, I'm just going to ignore it because, you know, what am I going to do? Be like, hey, how's the weather? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get a lot of the, hey Andrew, I would love to get into casting, and that's all it is. And I'm just like, okay.
I mean, good, dude. Congrats. I hope it works out for you.
I support you. Yeah, and then in that last game, dude, the obviously we were a little distracted because, you know, we're catching up and we're touching base on kind of the new meta and the bans and all that, but the actual mechanics coming out from Diego and Canario are exactly what you'd expect. The logs, there was that one log last game that picked up a miner, an E-Wiz, and a Skelly Barrel, all perfectly timed, mitigating 100% of the damage, and that's the kind of stuff that, like, I mean, that's what a plus like 7 elixir trade or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, I forgot to put him in there. I'm realizing that now. There are bans for this one. It's Goblin Hut and Giant Skeleton, so I will try to throw those in. Maybe Andrew, you can cover for me for a minute while I try to get those thrown in there.
Yeah, no problem. So we see this push coming down the left-hand lane. E-Golem push, but now P.E.K.K.A 2 times in a row from Cream, so maybe P.E.K.K.A will be working its way back into the 2v2 meta. It kind of fell out last season and replaced by Mini P.E.K.K.A, which you can see that Liquid are running. But yeah, I'm assuming maybe that single target damage is to help deal with things like Giant Skeleton, which is obviously banned here, and then maybe E-Golem pushes, because Golem really hasn't existed in the 2v2 meta in a very, very long time. Maybe Mega Knights, because Mega Knights are really nice to clean up all that splash damage. We've seen a couple Mega Knights come out already.
Here we go, working on getting these band graphics in, guys, so that way you don't have to rely on me. Yeah, just chill. That's the dude. The one thing you're not missing is trying to do all of this production stuff from home. That's one thing you haven't been missing out on.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it, or I've been doing it a bit with our other channel, but it's definitely not the same level as what it takes in CR, even if it comes down to just things that you actually have to have plugged into your machine at a time.
All right, let's see. I believe I can just... Bam! There we go. You got some bans in there now, fellas.
Got him.
Got him. All right.
Check out again, E-Golem here. It's interesting because these E-Golem pushes really are they're kind of breaking through, but not really. And as we get deeper into double elixir and then overtime, it's just going to be feeding Cream here because the P.E.K.K.A.s plus the Dark Princes are like inhaling these elixir golems, but they're still getting like a couple hundred damage a chip every time.
All right, now I am finally paying attention after getting all of the things. The score is updated. Oh, that's the wrong score. The score is updated incorrectly. The score will now be updated correctly, everybody. Here we go. I had this, so this was also clean last week. Boom.
Oh, well, dude, it's good. I mean, don't worry. I don't think anyone's going to give you any crap today. I think I'll probably take the brunt of it. So.
The open mic king, pun intended.
Oh, gosh. I thought that horror had... I mean, I'm glad that we've at least added it to an enjoyable part of our lives.
Yeah.
Instead of that day when I was very sad.
Here we go, Miner on tower, Cream up to tie this thing up.
Right
Boom.
There. Yeah, it's interesting, man. I mean, Elixir Golem in 2v2 has always been... It's been a bit tough, right? Because if you can get a really, really good push in single Elixir, then you can take a tower in single and then just kind of defend for the rest of the game pretty adequately because the Elixir Golem is so cheap. It doesn't take up... You know, you're still able to cycle through your deck. The other 7 cards are, I guess, 14 cards if you're in 2v2 pretty easily. But then when you get into double Elixir time, you see they're just feeding their opponent a ton of Elixir.
Yeah, I am not into Elixir Golem in 2v2. I think it's smart for Diego being Canario to try it out in this situation, right? This is a scrim. There's really very little on the line right now. You're up against a good team. Might as well try it out and see if you can figure out some way to make it work. But because of the number of troops on board, you know there's always going to be some sort of build. There's always going to be so much control. There's always going to be answers for Elixir Golem. To me, it feels like you're just throwing a bunch of Elixir at your opponent, as opposed to a 1v1 you can really pressure, like you said before.
Yeah, completely agreed, especially because, you know, the prevalence of Bomb Tower in 2v2 and 1v1 still. It's still so powerful. Do you think it needs a nerf, or are you kind of happy with where it's at?
I think that the problem isn't Elixir Golem. I think it's Battle Healer. You know, I think
Bomb Tower.
Oh, Bomb Tower? But here's the problem with Bomb Tower is if you nerf Bomb Tower, the meta runs amok, right? Yeah, so that's the issue, is like Bomb Tower is I can't remember if someone else said that, but Bomb Tower is like the plug in the dam holding the flood back in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I like that because I do think, you know, it's one of those cards that's so powerful, but then at the same time, if you're playing against an air-heavy deck, it finds itself as literally just being a placeholder to pull a tank to the center of the map. But otherwise, you know, the amount of splash damage it does and the death bomb is great, but I'm still not a person that thinks that Bomb Tower needs to be nerfed. I think there's other cards in the meta that are still like really, really strong. I mean, I still think Baby Dragon, I don't know exactly what it is with Baby Dragon that needs to be changed. Maybe it's like a really, really small health nerf or something, but Baby D is still so powerful.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one because there was a poll that Seth put out a couple days ago asking about, I think it was like a Baby Dragon nerf, a NATO nerf, and one other like really popular card. And I think Baby Dragon won that vote. And then, of course, he announced that there's going to be a NATO rework that most likely will bring I think bring in the range in a little bit. I'm not sure what he's going for, but that's my guess. That's what everyone's guessing right now.
Yeah, I would think so. And I also think that, you know, maybe nerfing that NATO will be a massive hit to Baby Dragon, Ice Wiz combos and Bomb Tower in general. You know, that combination of those cards together can be impossible to break through. It
can be pretty brutal. Guys, if you haven't yet, go ahead and sub to Andrew's YouTube channel. I'm linking that in the YouTube chat right now. And follow him on Twitter. Every time you sub to Andrew, a kid with a bad hair day looks in the mirror and suddenly realizes his hair looks great.
It's true. It's true. You can turn it around. You can turn it around.
I've seen an Andrew bad hair day. There have been 3 of them over the course of 2 years. They're very rare, and he's always very upset.
I'm just not having it. It's a rough morning when that happens. I still like the mini P.E.K.K.A. more, I believe. than the P.E.K.K.A in 2v2. I think it still is just a little bit better. Helps that cycle and still does so much single target damage.
Well, it's one of those things also talking about lessons we learned at WCG, where we saw the Asian players bringing in Rage Spell rather than Lumberjack because of being a little bit faster, a little better for the cycle, and of course the precision and timing of when you can drop it.
Yeah, totally. And that was actually like a pretty aggressive graveyard, but they did get a really nice chunk of damage out of there. Diego being Canario just a second behind on getting those 2 air units down to block.
Those of you on YouTube, later today we'll be doing a $100 open tournament. Anyone can join, 1,000-person tournament, max 3 losses, top 8 make a bracket. Winner of that gets $100. And I just linked the Mad Cat in there. That'll be a Mad Cat exclusive, so once this match is over, the stream will be only on Mad Cat, and that's where you can win money by being dope at Clash Royale. Also, tomorrow's qualifier is a Mad Cat exclusive, so check us out over on Mad Cat. And Kobalski saying in the YouTube chat, I'm Andrew's 600th sub.
Yay! Yeah, that's what happens when you stop putting anything on YouTube for months and months on end. Thank you guys so much, and obviously, man, thank you so much for promoting the channel. It really does mean a lot, and I'm obviously going to try to start getting a lot more content out. I'm going to start streaming more. I'm going to start doing. I've been playing Valorant as well, so I'm going to try to double down on some more content.
I'm very jealous of you with that Valorant key, and there you go, tower down left-hand side. Cream has 30.
It's interesting.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's interesting that like Diego and Canario here, that felt like they were overconfident in their defenses on these graveyards. They kept saving their poisons for not defending the skeletons. They would drop, you know, guards and baby dragons on top. I mean, well, I'm just gonna stop talking because that tower is down on the top left-hand side.
Freeze comes in defensively, almost no elixir on the side of Cream Esports. Suddenly left hand a lot of trouble, and right hand really struggling as well. Of course, keep in mind the fact that Diego and Canario's King Tower is down to 1892, but that might not matter. The Liquid duo loading up on the King Tower opposite lane, and this is why you take a look at that. You see the patience from Canario and Diego, and Andrew, you and I both know it, the curse of the caster, just as we're talking about how 2 of the greats are struggling, boom, they turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have said I couldn't have said it better myself, man. They looked like they were being a little too lax on defense and poisoning offensively. But what they did there was they created. They started a slow burn in the left-hand lane, and they created a ton of pressure on the right, so their opponents were distracted. And then all of a sudden, that slow burn mounted to a massive, like 20 elixir push on the left-hand side, and then they were just split. They were caught looking. They didn't know where to defend left or right, and now I'm pretty sure it's just going to be GG here in this 2v2 set for Liquid.
Man, it's interesting, like the way that you have these 3 players who form the core of Team Liquid for all of 2019, and of course now adding in Igor. Oh, here we go, Dart Goblin, aggressive,
wow, that
graveyard
Goblin,
in.
dude. That's gonna do it. The skeletons are gonna take the tower. Oh man.
That's one of the most fun 2v2s I have watched in a very long time. What did we just witness?
Wow, Mega Knight, Dart Goblin in the pocket with a graveyard on the king, and that is an insane amount of really, really cheap damage. If you think about it, it's just Dart Goblins and Skeletons that are just killing it, right? They're doing so much DPS, but if you don't have the NATO and you don't have the poison to clean all that up, you are just dead.
Yeah, that's insane. You know, you're sitting there going, this is all over, but that's also what, you said it best. If you don't have the pieces to clean up a graveyard in the right spot, it's just GG's, and that's why Graveyard continues to be so popular in 2v2 forever. Over on the Mad Cat side, Pendant saying Curse of the Casters. Yup, unbelievable. JS Master. Yo, Rich watching from Korea. What time is it in Korea right now? And shout out to maybe Andrew's 15th cousin.
Dang, dude, you're doing well here. If you're getting people in Korea watching you at 11:20, I'm trying to think. I think it's pretty late over there. I did have the time zone perfectly memorized when we were actually in China. Because you know how it is calling back home. You don't want to call in the middle of the night. But, wow. Koreans hanging out. I see people from India hanging out. Dude, you're killing it.
It's 3 a.m. over there. Oh, yeah, I'm international. It's my, that's my appeal is no matter where you're from, you'll like me. Unless you're from Yugoslavia, then you'll dislike me heavily. I don't know what it is about. But, hey, guys, if you sub to my channel right now, 3 people from Yugoslavia will like me better than they currently do. So go ahead and subscribe. Oh, that was the Mad Cat link. Ashwin Ram is from Djibouti. Ooh, congrats, man. I've never been there. But I have heard of it.
Djibouti? That's amazing.
And here we go. Let's go into... Right. Oh, I realized I did not change the overlay yet, but I'm going to have to. I'm having too much fun talking with you.
I almost pulled the classic caster joins the match.
Yeah. Oh, dude. we're a little out of practice, everybody, just so you know. Let me go ahead and change these things up because it's going to be Igor versus St. Belican.
Yeah, it's exciting. Mortar God versus, CRL Pro that started the season. I mean, started the whole pro scene off. I swear I can talk. And then took 2 seasons off. He's back. And there's the Goblin Hut.
Yeah, it's interesting. People kind of sleep on Belly a little bit because he's been out of the CRL scene, but people also forget that he was in CCS, he was in Orange Crown League. Like, he's been staying busy trying to push ladder, pushing the global tournaments. Like, a lot of people who... He and Diego E both are guys who, for different reasons, of course, were out of CRL West for a minute, but both really were grinding during that time, and they're back. Meaning business. Here we go. Head-to-head play, and it looks like Igor might be going with that fast cycle Graveyard deck, Graveyard Muskie. And on the other side, well, we see 2 Dragons, see a Goblin Hut, and we see a Battle Healer. So if you wanted to see Elixir Golem head-to-head play, guess what? Belly's about to push it at you.
Go. Yeah, and Igor had a really, really great Musketeer plus Ice Golem there next to his Goblin Hut to defend it. But what he didn't realize is that he gave so much great spell value to Belican with that Fireball. So what seemed like a really great moment for Igor, Belly turned around and actually took the advantage.
Oh yeah, guys, there are no bans in 1v1. So now I took the bans down. I've been perfecting this production process for weeks, getting all the rhythm down. And then my brother from another mother shows up, and I'm so excited. And literally, it's just mistake after mistake on the day when I'm bringing Andrew back into the fold, guys.
It's all right, man. I mean, if we're talking mistakes here, Igor just totally missed the tower with that poison to hit that Goblin Hut. So it's okay. Everyone's having a little bit. It's a slow start today. It's okay.
What's a bigger mistake? All my prediction errors or one of the greats missing a poison?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the latter. How is Igor going to deal with this? Let's find out. That is a ton on his tower. He does a great job on the left-hand side. Belican basically ignores it, throws down a Goblin Hut. A Barb Barrel.
Yeah, that's going to be tower down, right-hand lane. 35 seconds left. Graveyard can pull it, although Belly does have plenty of Elixir to deal with it. No directly good spell for a Graveyard, but Battle Healer and Baby Dragon will be enough. Igor looking like he's going to fall here in game number 1, and that's going to be Liquid continuing to fall behind. Remember, we are playing all 5 sets, so stick around. Don't worry. There is no winning the match in 3 sets. We're going to see the whole thing. It's a full-on exhibition, and of course, following that, we're going to be doing the $100 Open.
Dude, that was beautifully defended by Igor, and he still took an insane amount of damage. This deck that Belly's playing, it's crazy how quickly those pushes just become unmanageable. It's literally just an E-Golem, a Battle Healer, and the double Dragons, and it's almost impossible to stop. And Igor, he played, again, I think he played that defense basically perfectly and still took like 1,500 damage.
Yeah, that'll do it. Looks like I don't have the correct stats for St. Belican, so I'm going to go ahead and throw up this graphic here so you can see what's happening later today. Guys, bear with me. Today, I got into the chair late because I was taking care of baby boy Slaton.
Oh, I miss baby boy Slaton. How's Jack doing?
He's doing great. The arm is all healed up. He's learning a bunch of numbers and words. He's a whole little dude. It's craziness. And let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. And I will update that score, guys. Don't worry, it's coming. Bam, there we go. Score updated. Cream up 1 in our second set. Now, we haven't had a chance to...
Heal Spirit.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk about this a bunch, man. Have you been messing around with the Heal Spirit? How do you like it? I'm a huge fan of the Heal Spirit myself.
Yes, I could not agree with you more, man. I love the Heal Spirit. I love the mechanics of it. I think it was a great rework. I think it's an incredibly interesting card that can add a lot of... You know, the Royal Hogs are insanely powerful now just because of that 1 Elixir card when used correctly. Cards like Minion Horde, Skill Horde, I watched that match that Surge played a little while ago when on No Tilt when the Heal Spirit just came out, and he played basically a Mortar bait deck without the Mortar in it and replaced the Mortar, I believe, with Heal Spirit, and it was just brutal and beautiful. I love it.
I saw some questions in the chat, by the way, about No Tilt. No Tilt's still around, guys. No Tilt just takes place on the weekends. This week it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be casting some to all of it, either on my channel or on the No Tilt channel. So don't you worry. No Tilt is going to be running now through May 10th, And hopefully we'll get Andrew to join for some of that no tilt. And if you want to hear us doing the buttoned up job, the hey, we're taking this very, very seriously, being super crazy professional, yeah, come check out. Actually, if it's on No Tilt's channel, we'll be very professional. If it's on if it's on my channel, we're just gonna goof off and have some fun and watch some Clash Royale.
We're gonna start it like we did today. Yeah, dude, I definitely will. I think I'll be able to be there again. I'm excited about it. Koji and Manu are just killing it, and honestly, you know, we just love those dudes. It's so fun working with them.
Andy Brown with the 99 cent. Hey. I love the 99 cent super chats. Or just I don't know. There's no chat on top of it. Well, Andy Brown, let me tell you right now, that almost $1 is going to go help buy almost a slice of pizza. So I appreciate it. And don't worry, it'll go to good use, helping make sure that baby boy Slaton tastes the goodness of beef pepperoni, because there's no pork in my house.
Wow, that was I don't want to say a self-destruct from Belican, but he whiffed really hard with his spell there. I think it was his snowball. He completely missed the Musketeer, drops a Goblin Hut. Musketeer then takes out the Goblin Hut. And Igor is just in cruise control now for the next 30 seconds, it feels like. Has
the ability to go both lanes, of course. You've seen Goblin Huts on both sides. Heal Spirit coming in with the regular hog is an interesting wrinkle. You know, there is there are a couple variations that include Heal Spirit and regular hog, but it seems to benefit more from what you're seeing from Igor. You have the barbs, you have the pigs, the royal hogs as opposed to hog rider. So a lot of more opportunities for the Heal Spirit to give value. You can see there, even with the Heal Spirit, the Hog Rider not able to break through. And this is going to be an EQ and Snowball, I believe, will be sufficient. Let's see, does that get us to Snowball range? There you go. And here we go, Igor tying things up.
That deck looked so fun. He made that deck look like anyone could play it and win a 12 GC, like no problem. I mean, that looked unstoppable. Belican was just completely overwhelmed the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the Royal Hogs with the Heal Spirit now, is that if you don't have the answers for it, like right out the gate, you just fall behind very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm wondering, and also, like, because the Heal Spirit heals them so much, and the amount of damage, like, the consequence for a small mistake becomes exponentially larger. And I think it was literally just that one moment when he missed the snowball on the Musketeer, had to drop the Goblin Hut to catch the Royal Hogs, but then the Musketeer took out the Goblin Hut, and then, you know what, you're behind 5 elixir for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's great. Here we go. Set point, Igor and St. Belican. Let's jump on in. And look at that. Got the score all set up and everything. And Igor going some version of bait. You know, obviously, right now, the double barrel bait, skeleton barrel and goblin barrel is crazy popular. I know that you love all bait variations. So, yeah, so you're playing it, Andrew?
Yeah, and I was going to say, probably going to see the Dark Goblin Skelly Barrel. This deck is so fun, and you're playing against it is incredibly frustrating because there's just a moment where there's no way to get something off the board because you've used a spell. And usually, it's the Dark Goblin, but if it's not the Dark Goblin, it's something like the Skeleton Barrel, then you just lose a tower.
Fireball in on the Princess, but nice way to kite the Battle Healer back a little bit. She does not stay alive. That's the first time I've seen a Battle Healer die without 17 troops on it. So I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, man, I still kind of hate the Battle Healer. I understand that it's, you know, its use rate and win rate is like in a pretty okay spot, but I still don't even like requesting the card.
Yeah, it's also one of those things now that the Heal Spirit's in, I think we see a viable and interesting version of healing that is much more compelling than the Battle Healer. I think that's one of the issues is, will he go for he does go for the King Tower activation, right-hand side. Nice timing, nice placement from Igor. We'll see how much that helps in the long run against this deck that is basically the devil. But maybe once those Elixir Golems pop and we get into the little blobs of Elixir, that might be helpful.
He's probably going to drop one down here. No, he decides not to. He's going to calm. He's going to slow his roll, but it's tough with these bait decks, right? Like when your opponent has really, really heavy beatdown with a lot of splash damage, one really good tornado plus something can just ruin your day.
So people asking in the Mad Cat chat, when will the info for the tournament be posted? And when we get a break, I'm going to actually create the tournament. And I will put the tournament info into the Mad Cat chat a couple of times. And then once we switch over to the Mad Cat only stream after this match is over, then it'll be on screen the entire time as well. So If you do want to get on that, go ahead and jump over to Mad Cat.
It was a beautiful barrel there from Igor. He went back left corner so that Belly missed one of the goblins. How you liking Mad Cat? It seems pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, my big thing with it is that they are really focused on mobile, which not every streaming platform puts that focus under the mobile gaming community. And you see like PUBG Mobile's all over there, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars will be doing a bunch more stuff there. Like, it's gonna be big for mobile overall, and I really like that a lot. So I'm pretty pumped about it. And I think it's a good. I think it'll be cool to have a streaming area that really caters to and centers around our community specifically, rather than kind of puts us as a second thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it does feel like we usually are kind of just a second thought. Igor is doing so well with splitting his damage and getting a ton of damage on the tower, but again, there's just like no way to win this matchup, dude. It's just so much beatdown capability, so much spellage on the board. That was basically perfect, and he still couldn't stop it.
So Igor just loading up on the right-hand lane, maybe trying to switch things up. Does have 540 on the left. Princess at the bridge. Princess connects. Oh, and look at that. The Knight kiting for the baby dragon. Princess needs one more good shot here.
The Knight's on the tower. Princess going to shoot. Oh, my.
Log's not going to be enough. Log's not going to be enough. 9 elixir.
That NATO, 9 HP. There goes the Goblin Barrel. He's got to juke the barrel. He's got to juke the barrel. There's a fireball. Dude,
oh, my God. Can he cycle back to a log in time? Can he beat the blobs? He logs defensively.
Dude, he got it.
Why did he log defensively?
Because he would have lost, I think. I think the blobs maybe would have taken the tower before the log hit the hit Pelican.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What just happened?
Oh, dude, I cannot believe. Oh my god! I almost got annoyed with my girlfriend because she was like, "Look, I know you always do your because I do streaming for my other channel." She's like, I think you need to be in the room and I'll be out in the living room because I'm working today and you always get really loud when you're casting Clash. And I was like, I don't know. It's just a scrim. Here we are. I'm screaming. I'm yelling. I'm freaking out. That was beautiful.
Dude, that was so much fun. That was amazing. Hold on. Let me go ahead and throw. People want the information on the tournament up here. Let me throw that up while I just check something real quick. Okay, coming up next will be Diego E and Surgical Goblin. I'm going to go ahead and get those graphics loaded in now as opposed to waiting for it, and then I'll go back and show you some more of those stats. Dude,
that's
I don't
like
even know.
A handshake nauseating moment for me when I'm playing at home. Do you ever have those moments when you're playing and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then all of a sudden your opponent goes for the last ditch effort and you just freeze? Your brain just completely freezes and you just are like, all right, I lost. Even though you could have dealt with it. That was one of those moments where I froze for Igor and I couldn't even cast.
Oh, are you saying, do I ever play Clash Royale? Is that what you're asking?
Wait, you don't mean that you're ever in a position to win and then does something, screw up and lose? Come on.
Come on, seriously? What? Who am I, Booferetti's wife? Get out of here. Guys, if you haven't yet, go ahead, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Those of you hanging out on the YouTube side. There's lots more Clash Royale esports content coming your way. Opportunities for you to compete, opportunities to see some of the best in the business, go head-to-head. And then, of course, for the big opportunities that are for you to win cash playing Clash Royale, go ahead and check us over on Mad Cat. But subscribe to my channel here on YouTube because a lot of fun content inside the play, some of the Clash Royale esports news, top 5 videos in terms of highlight stuff. A lot of fun going on over here. And of course, speaking of fun going on right here, boom, let's get into it. The goated Surgical Goblin up against Diego E, who, if you've been checking out in No Tilt, Diego E has been fire lately. Absolute fire lately. Killing it. Great work in No Tilt. I think he swept in their first match at King of the Hill. Let's see, on Nathan Bendick saying on the YouTube chat, good to have you back, Andrew. We missed you for the CWA Cup.
Yeah, I know. I'm back. I'm back, boys. I'm back. Yeah, I think the next little thing that CWA is putting on, I should be casting that as well. So, really excited to be again back in it with you guys.
Oh, and take a look at this. Hi, Andrew. We love you both. So that means a lot.
Sabri.
Diego E going Royal Hog. So this is interesting because Diego E looks like he's running a Royal Hogs variation of the Hog EQ with Firecracker Mini P.E.K.K.A. Surgical Goblin going Lava Miner, which never dies.
Look at this Firecracker, dude. This Firecracker is just beautiful. It is still alive. It kited the Inferno, distracted the baby. Like, the value for 3 elixir that you can get out of Firecrackers is insane. How do you feel about that card? I don't think we've actually really had a... Yeah, I do too.
Love it.
Yeah. I remember watching Oxlet's stream a while back when it was first introduced, and he's like, this card makes me feel like I have to forget everything I've ever known about Clash Royale.
A lot of pros don't like it. I've never found it to be oppressively good. I feel like I always have some way to answer it. I know a lot of pros feel like there are matchups where you just can't get to it, and maybe because they're playing against better players than I am. But I've never felt like it's oppressive, and I felt like it's pretty good. And I like the concept of it. It adds it's a ranged attacker with some splash damage, which is great. But adding something that we hadn't seen before, that little like juke move, I think is fascinating and interesting and compelling. And it's the same thing where this heal spirit kind of throws what we thought about healing on its head. When a new card introduces a compelling idea, even the Ram Rider, which our friend Night Owl totally hates, that idea of a win condition that also plays defense in that way is so interesting.
I couldn't agree with you more, man, and I think that's exactly what you have to do to continue to make this game exciting and fun to play. Is you can't just keep adding cards that do the same thing differently. You have to truly change the mechanics of the game, and that's really what these last few changes and cards have done. And I love it. I love the Firecracker. I love the Heal Spirit, and as much as I hate playing against the Ram Rider, I think it's a brilliant card. Because here's the thing: is if you use that 5 elixir unadvisedly or too often, that 5 elixir is brutal. Because if you're like, oh, you know what, I think I'm at 10, I can go for a strike right now with my Ram Rider. The Ram Rider doesn't connect, your 5 elixir down, and then your opponent can go all in. It's harder than it looks.
Mohammed, who's casting? That's Andrew Guy, my co-caster from Clash Royale League. Finally up in the mix, the most requested co for my streams. And we finally made it happen after a lot of attempts. And here we go. Surgical Goblin only needs 1. Miner on the tower, getting it done. Game number 1. Going to the goated one.
He just doesn't, like, even though that, I mean, he's 539 Royal Hogs rushing to the tower, it just didn't feel like Surge was ever in a position of like, oh man, I could lose this game. It was just like, all right, I'll take damage here, I'll take damage there. You're going to take a little bit more every single time, and I'm going to end up beating you by several hundred damage, and that'll be the end of game 1.
Yeah, well, that's what he does. That's what the greats do. The greats, I've talked a lot about taking a look at like Canario, right? When you and I first saw Canario in season 1, he was a guy that wasn't a superstar at the time, wasn't considered one of the greats at the time, but we saw how comfortable he was playing from behind, how he didn't panic, didn't start making bad moves, and he and Surge are both like that. They are good at making the correct decisions when playing from behind. Now, I think Canario's the best at that. I don't think anyone's better than Canario at staying calm in tight situations, but you can't win the level that Surgical Goblin has won if you don't have that as well. Yeah, and
what I found so impressive about this last game, too, was that Surge had no buildings, and he also didn't have the E-Drag, right? He didn't have a lot of ways. He didn't even have a log. The only thing he had to actually slow down those Royal Hog pushes with the Heal Spirit is a Zap. And then obviously the splash damage to get the damage in. I mean, I think that's what was so impressive about that last game was no building, no knockback, literally only a half-second stun, and Surge still was able to mitigate all that damage on the ground.
Here we go, waiting on game number 2. Let's take a look at the chat over here on YouTube. This is a bracket. No, Kevin, this is just a, whatchamacallit? What's the thing called? A scrim between 2 teams. They're going to play the full 5 sets no matter what. Let's go ahead and jump back into game here.
I love that people have watched Surge so much that they can, you can like hear them, you can hear him saying what they're typing. Give him the good game, the well played, and the thumbs up. Actually, we're going to go here with, I've watched Surge for so many hours on his channel.
Chi-Town Gino in the building. What's up, Chi-Town Gino? Let's go. Dynamic Duo back at it. Sam, how you doing? Welcome to the chat over on the YouTube side. And let's see, Ahmad saying your voices, guys, now is related directly to this game after all CRL tournament.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was like when we started, my good friend?
Why? Was there a problem?
No.
All right, Diego E running the Giant Skeleton variant, maybe. There you go. Giant Skeleton Hog Rider has been popular lately, and Surgical Goblin, of course, going double bait. And Surge out there, one of the bait players one of the classic bait players.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you talk about people that are the best in the game at doing certain things, and Surge is arguably one of the best log bait players, one of the best miner players, and bridge span players, and lava hound players, period. Which is, it's just, I mean, that's why he's the GOAT.
He's good at Clash Royale is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Nathan asking, what do people get if they win today? Each set is worth $10 to the team that wins that set, so it's not like a winner-take-all situation. Every set your team wins, so even if you're down 4-0 going into King of the Hill, you can still win. Just a little incentive, no big prize pool for this one. It's only a scrim, but just some things to keep the blood pumping as time goes on.
Yeah, and that was a really great decision-making by Surge there to stop the incoming push of the Firecracker plus the Mini P.E.K.K.A. He put Skeletons high, Dark Goblin low, and was able to get a little bit of a counter push on the tower.
So Bomb Tower will obviously be good for the Hog Rider. Knight and Log, I guess, if you're in a pinch, but I do question when we start getting into Cycle Wars with that EQ taking the Bomb Tower out, how long can Surge hold off against this?
Man, I just can't get over his interactions sometimes. Like, you saw the Skeletons played a half-second late so they'd survive the Earthquake to take out the Hog. Like, it's things like that that I don't even think to do until I watch people that are this good at the game.
Nice EQ placement from Diego E, finishing off the Dark Goblin.
That's tower down, dude. That is brutal.
Can that Firecracker get one more shot in? 65
yes,
HP. Not quite in snowball range, but is in EQ range with 15 seconds left. You know, Diego is a player who's been derided a fair bit, but I do not think that, I think he's been proving, he's hungry to prove it, been proving, though, that it might not be warranted, although here he goes, has to throw the snowball defensively. EQ comes in, finishes it off. Diego E tying things up in game number 2. And this is a guy who, yeah, kind of like got looked at as the odd man out on Cream when he was there in CRL West. Had to take some time away to sort of reinvigorate and reinvent himself. And here he is back. And I'm telling you guys, if you've been paying attention to No Till and here, the kid's playing great Clash Royale.
Yeah, I mean, that was not an easy comeback win that he just had there. I mean, going into the Bomb Tower time after time after time, lane against that bait deck with Hog, you know, you need to somehow go in the same lane and get a big enough counter push, and you saw it there at the end. Very, very low HP Ewiz changes the whole tune of the game, you know. The Ewiz resets on the Hog Rider gets a couple hits, and that Firecracker, we were talking about how much we loved it, gets, I think, 3 or 4 shots on that tower.
Kelly the mod saying, what's up on the YouTube side? Hey, Kelly, thanks for joining. And thanks always for keeping everything nice and clean and friendly over here. And she's saying, Andrew in the house. Absolutely. My boy, Andrew Guy.
And then we got Savage Plays here asking, what does fastest cycle mean, Rich? Do you want to explain that to them?
I will. Fastest cycle means the quickest way you get back around to your 4th card. So, of course, if you play a card, it goes to the back of your goes to the back of the line. You have to play through 4 cards to get back to it. The fastest cycle is the lowest elixir count to get there. So, for example, in 2.6 Hog Rider, because you have the Skeletons, the Ice Spirit, the Log, and the Ice Golem, you can get back around to a Hog Rider in just 6 elixir. In this case, Surgical Goblin with a slightly faster rotation of 9 elixir, courtesy of those Skeletons, that Log, and a couple of the 3 elixir cards on top of it. Here we go, jumping into game number 3.
Yeah, it's such a fun deck, but, you know, we've seen it lose twice today because in double elixir time, if your opponent has any bit of beatdown at all, you know, and the last game wasn't really even beatdown, but it's still just a little bit beefier. It's just really, really hard to keep up with, and Surge even had the Bomb Tower, so that was really, really well played by Diego.
Giant Skeleton to the left-hand lane, so maybe Diego going back again, although this could be going the Graveyard variation. Since this, nope, going to be Hog Rider with that Mini P.E.K.K.A. most likely, and a Log as well. And then Surge, of course, going with a slightly different variation, going with the Royal Hogs.
Oh, look at that, Firecracker plus. It'd be a really nice, easy cleanup there and a decent counter push.
Even on Elixir, except for the fact that Surge has 7 on the board compared to Diego's 0, and this is a big opportunity. Does get the King Tower activation. It's against Royal Hogs, though, so not as concerning.
Oh,
Hunter.
Hunter.
Woo!
Yeah. And again, man, that was just such a beautiful interaction there from Surge. He was able to sneak that Ice Golem down in front of the Firecracker, not the Ewiz, because he knows the Firecracker travels faster than the Ewiz. So then you get the Ice Golem tanking for both, tower down. King Tower activation doesn't matter.
Surgical Goblin getting it done. Minute 34 left in regulation time, and Diego has to settle up on the left-hand side, Giant Skeleton, but Surge is just banking Elixir, has plenty to deal with it, easily able to kite this Giant Skelly away. Here's a bit of trivia from Joao Juju to the two of us. Who is the player with the largest amount of victories combined in CROS Spring and Fall? Now, I'll tell you this, I don't have them in front of me, but I have that stat written down somewhere because I keep stats on everybody, but I'm not going to look. I'm not going to try to figure out. So Andrew, let's think about this. Who do you think has the most victories in the CROS Spring and Fall?
Maybe Canario, Surge, or Morton, because they're all 2v2 players and they all kill it in head-to-head. That's where I'm starting.
Yeah, Canario was my first guess, but
I think maybe Morton? Is that? I don't think he played as much 1v1 as those two guys did in the early season, especially in spring.
Well, I feel like in spring there was that 5-match run where Canario and Surge won 5 matches in a row on their own.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that certainly boosts it. But I think Canario has more King of the Hill sweeps than Surge does. I think Canario has
wow, why you gotta do this to us? I don't know, man. I guess I'm gonna go Surge just because he played so much and he did so well in 2v2 and 1v1. But it also seems like that's not the answer because he's playing right now.
Why is my phone ringing with a Discord call right now? That makes no sense.
Oh yeah,
that's weird.
I can see that on the screen.
Who's calling me on Discord right now? Also, why is my... That's really annoying because my iPad should be on Do Not Disturb. Here, Andrew, tell them... I'm going to go ahead and throw your sub chat in there, your links in there. Tell them a bit about what they can get when they follow you while I figure out what the hell is going on over here.
Hey, Joao, I want to know the answer. But yeah, guys, follow me. You guys follow me on YouTube, Twitter. Obviously, I do a lot of stuff related in the movie space as well. It's kind of like my other job is I'm a movie critic. But I also am going to be streaming Clash again, and I'll be playing more Valorant and putting those videos online. I'm starting to edit more and all that good stuff. So, you know, just tune in. If you like what Rich is doing, hopefully I'll be able to at least do a decent version of his editing. I am nowhere near as good of an editor as Rich is, but I definitely have been having fun starting that. So yeah, just go give me some follows, go give me some love, and hopefully you guys will be seeing a lot more of me now that if you did tune into the beginning of the stream, maybe not said in the most eloquent words, but I did just move and just got a new computer set up. So
yeah. What the heck is going on? Did my stream just end?
No,
Canario's ended his stream. All right, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's calling me on Discord because I don't have like.
I'll be honest, man. I'm trying to sabotage your channel to get more subscribers. I'm going to call you 6 more times from a fake Discord account.
I knew it. How dare you? All right, we'll be back with that. You know what? I'll go ahead and just pop out here and say a quick hello, face to face. Hi guys, I'm Rich Slaton. Look at my haircut. My wife did it. I didn't go out for a haircut and risk all your. Yeah, look at me, Andrew, look my hair all did.
Dude, she did that?
My wife, Mrs. Slaton, cut my hair. How about that, right?
It looks really good. Ashley has been like talking about it every day, and I'm very, very much against it, but yours looks great.
Yeah, and she'd never even seen a man's haircut before. I just kind of told her what to do as she cut my hair, and it went all right. I don't know if the back's all messed up, but it feels okay, so I think we're in good shape. And by the way, look what it says right down there. On Voice, there we go. On Voice, Andrew Guy. So go ahead and follow him on YouTube. Go ahead and follow him on Twitter. I just threw the link into the YouTube chat. Guys, the 1,000-person tournament, the $100 Mad Cat Open will be directly after this is over. Gonna hold here for just 1 second as we are getting everything ready to rock. Let me go ahead and throw back up those stats courtesy of Stats Royale. And you can hear all the emoting as it goes on, and that's going to be a win for Surgical Goblin in 3 sets.
Yep.
Boom. There we go. We're going to go ahead and jump into...
It was Canario at 62. At least we're somewhat good at our jobs, right? We narrowed it down to like the 3.
Yeah. No, I feel pretty confident about that.
Ooh, except for Mikkel was at 53 over Morton at 50, so Surge wasn't in the top 3. That's fascinating. I mean, Mikkel played so much, and he was another one of those guys that felt like people were sleeping on.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Hold on, give me 1 second here. I'm actually going to set up, guys. I'm going to set up the tournament here in just a moment, and if you're on the Mad Cat side, I will post the information in chat there. in just a moment. The
Have
information
they said what the actual rework is on Tornado or not yet?
They have not.
They just said they're okay.
They have not yet said it specifically. So hold on, we'll be here with game number 2 in just a moment, just getting everything ready for our $100 Mad Cat Open, which will be coming your way directly after this.
Yeah, we got oh, go ahead.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun. There we go. I'm trying to make this happen as fast as possible because I know you guys are waiting here for this next game.
Yeah, it's the game started, but you're not missing a lot. We got Pedro.
Oh, they started?
They are. They did start.
Oh, well, I'm going to set the tournament up next time, and we'll just go ahead and jump on in.
So Pedro's running Hog Rider Bomb Tower here with Muskie. It's an interesting, that's just an interesting hog deck. I still hate Executioner, but, you know, we'll let it go.
So here we are. Everyone's excited to see Pedro in the mix on in CRL West. He was on rosters before and just couldn't make it work. And now here he is finally.
Yeah, he kind of blew me away in the Brenchon Cup. That was when I really saw what he could do in many situations, coming back from behind, playing against bad matchups, just a lot of stuff going on where I was like, wow. There's a reason why people keep talking about Pedro 15, and there's a reason why he still ends up on rosters year after year after year. They just need him.
Yeah, there's a reason why Eric keeps talking about how he believes he's the best out of Latin America. He's good. He's got some skills, and right now up against Diego B, who is having a great 2020. I talked about it a bunch on No Tilt the other day. You know, Diego, I think the struggles he had at World Finals, you remember talking to him afterwards, he was unhappy even though he was a world champion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's a champion, dude. He's a competitor, you know. He wants to be he wants to be respected the same way that everyone else on Liquid is, and he totally deserves it. He honestly does. And, you know, speaking with Eric, and I hope Eric doesn't mind me being candid here, but, you know, he had a conversation with Diego in between seasons. I won't say which seasons they are, but it was kind of it was a reality check, being like, look, man, we are going to be the best team, and we need you to play the best that you ever have. So we need you to work a little harder. And I think that Diego really took that to heart. And you look at where he is now, man, and he is, without a doubt, one of my favorite people to watch play the game.
Yeah, he's. I mean, the stuff he's doing over in No Tilt is great. What we just saw from him in the CWA Cup was great. And yeah, sometimes you just need to kind of get your head straight, and that's one thing. You know, Team Liquid is without question stacked with talent, and one thing Eric's done a great job there is just getting everyone's headspace in their proper position to maximize their skills and come out as CRL West champions in spring and CRL World champions overall for 2019.
Yeah, big personality there from Eric Benamou, but it's really, really necessary with this squad.
Morrow, the question was answered. It's Canario. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but someone was asking, we guys didn't answer the question. Of course we did.
Come on, guys. Well, Joao actually answered it for us, but yeah, that was pretty well played by Diego. Honestly, not a very nice matchup there for Pedro. Goblin Hut and the Tornado there made it really, really tough to break through with Hog Rider. I mean, he did have Earthquake, but like I said, Goblin Hut and Tornado makes it very difficult. I
personally will be encouraged once we are beyond the Goblin Hut meta. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I think that buildings, especially those big buildings, spawners in particular, it's good for them to be niche and have their places, but I think that when spawners are too strong, they become dominant in a way that like troop cards don't become dominant. Right? A troop card still might not work all over the place, but I think spawners, the way that they become, not only do they become dominant, but they slow the game down a lot.
Yeah, agreed. It becomes like a lot of double or overtime matches, and it just becomes like these massive beatdown pushes that you can't really manage. You know, we saw what happened with Barb Hut when Barb Hut got overbuffed, and, you know, it was in every deck in CR, or there was only just like a few decks that people played in 1v1, because why wouldn't you just play Barb Hut?
Yeah, that was definitely dominant. Let's see, guys. The open tournament will directly follow this match in between the. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me go. I need to You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and jump out and in very quickly here for a second, and just spectate through through the other side here, because why is that? Oh, God, that's so annoying. All right, well, I guess we're just going to stay right here because the wrong person accepted and requested. So here we go. We're going to stay here.
We got, yeah, Pedro on the bottom, Diego on top. Diego's up 1 game and running a look at his deck, dude. I love it.
Golem, Skelly Barrel. So, guys, just so you know, the wrong person requested. Yeah. It's switched. It's flipped for a second. Every once in a while it happens.
Yep, and since we're not at CR, we don't have to remake, which is, you know, thank goodness.
This is, you know, the interesting thing about all this, Andrew, with the incoming Tornado buff is what's that going to do to the combination of Ice Wiz Nada, or Tornado Nerf?
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more, man. I mean, I think it really changed that defensive archetype that has been so dominant for, I mean, honestly, it's been years. Like, it used to be Tombstone, Baby Dragon, Ice Wiz Nado, and then it changed to Bomb Tower. It's just, that combination is insane, and I'm glad it's going to get worked on a little bit. I just hope that Tornado is still very viable. But, you know, the notes that Seth put up in his post are, you can't argue against the numbers, you know, that they don't lie.
I'll be very curious to see what happens with things like Hog Rider and Balloon once Tornado's a little bit less powerful.
Ugh, that just made my stomach turn just thinking about it.
Well, I'm playing Loon Cycle right now with Heal Spirit, Lumber Loon Cycle, so I don't hate it, but we'll see what it's like all the way around.
I'm a little surprised that Diego plays the Skarmy there. I mean, maybe he... Yeah, I'm a little surprised he played the Skarmy there. I think that maybe instead he plays it now, and he plays it a little higher. That way it's able to kind of support the Golem. He was going to lose that tower no matter what.
So here we go, Golem Night Witch right-hand lane into the King Tower, 15 seconds left in regulation time. This is, see, I thought Heal Spirit we would find it more in decks like Golem and Royal Giant because of bridge battles. That hasn't really been the case yet, but Diego B certainly experimenting with the idea, and at the moment looks like it could work out. We'll see if this Bomb Tower to Bomb Tower is able to slow the roll of his clone deck.
That was a really nice clone. But, you know, somehow that was magnificently defended. I was sure it was game over. He had 2 golems on his side of the map. That was beautiful.
I'll tell you this somehow. Ice Wiz, Bomb Tower, Tornado! Getting it done. Here we go. Baby Dragon trying to play some defense on the right-hand side. Skelly Barrel in the pocket. And that's just trying to get that Bomb Tower a little bit more chipped down to make room for the Golem. So we'll see Diego pushing heavily. Pedro can get back to another Bomb Tower. He'll be back to that, I believe, in 1 more card. So his next
one was a really nice
won't need it.
Defensive poison there from Pedro. It looked kind of like he might have missed a few things, but he hit the Night Witch just enough, and he took the Flying Machine off the map, which was his goal. So really nice there.
No Barb Barrel and Cycle on the left-hand side, so Skelly Barrel takes that left-hand tower down to 11-21. Right-hand tower Graveyard doesn't do a whole lot. Pedro having a little trouble finding any way to create real pressure here, so goes and NATOs the Night Witch back, making a little room, but that Baby Dragon will drop down to the Bats, and here you go. This time, Barb Barrel in Cycle. Maybe get a Bomb Tower. Oh, he Bomb Towers high to prevent if when the second Golem comes at the bridge, potentially.
Yeah, and he gets the NATO down, so the Golem will probably still go towards the Bomb Tower, and, you know, Diego B did a really good job on his side of the map with the Ice Spirit just to redirect the Knight for just a moment to mitigate a lot of that damage. So now you see Pedro going for a big swing, trying to even things up, and he gets kind of close.
Perfect read with the poison, takes out Skarmy, Heal Spirit, and Bats, so maybe, but you see here, he has enough elixir to go back around again 1 more time. Poison does come in, he's going to get some good damage. I don't know if this will be enough, though. 1,011 left-hand side, arrows in. Wow, here we go, 34. No! Diego B just able to hold on. Pedro can't get around 1 more time. And that's the first 2-0 of the day. Diego B putting it down.
Wow, 31 HP remaining. It felt like maybe Pedro, I bet Pedro's just looking at where anything to get on that tower. And yeah, wow. Diego holds on for a really nice 2-set sweep, or 2-game sweep.
Where, what, who, how. Diego B getting it done. And coming up next will be King of the Hill. And while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and set up our tournament that's going to be happening here in just a minute. As soon as after King of the Hill is over, we'll probably have about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll jump in and start the $100 Mad Cat Open. Of course, the YouTube stream will go down at that point, so if you want to participate, you're going to have to go over to Mad Cat to join for that one. An exclusive, and that's brought to you in partnership with AMG, who's representing mobile streamers and content creators throughout the esports and content creation community. AMG doing a great job helping out a lot of people with trying to grow their presence and their possibilities in streaming and content creation. So prize pool coming from AMG, and we'll be talking about that more once we get into that Mad Cat Open presented by our friends over at AMG.
And it looks like right now we're getting the lineup for Cream coming in. We've got Yarai, Belican, and Pedro. And then for Liquid, it's going to be Canario, Igor, and Surge.
All right, here, setting up the tournament right now, and I'll be putting the information into the Mad Cat chat here in just a moment.
It's just crazy when the guy that isn't playing King of the Hill is the one that swept 1v1 2-0, and then you realize that the people that are playing are Canario, Igor, and Surgical Goblin.
It's nutty.
I just don't understand how they're going to be dethroned this year. I want to see it happen in the sense of, like, I want to see great gameplay. I don't want to see Liquid lose, but their squad is so good. I cannot wait to see who gives them a run for their money, and if it's just going to be SK once again, or if, some of these squads, the rumors at least of what we've seen as rosters, there's a lot of really exciting potential. But man, Team Liquid just putting in the time, seasoned.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and get a couple more ducks in a row before we get everything kicked off here. Let's see. 1,000 people, 1 hour, normal battle, level cap is 9, max loss is 10. Great. And so all this information, I'm about to go ahead. I'm creating the tournament right now. Over on the Mad Cat chat, the $100 Mad Cat Open information going up there right now. So if you want to go ahead and jump into that tournament, it'll be starting after this is over. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. All right, so the information now for the $100 Mad Cat Open is over on the Mad Cat side. It's going to be Mad Cat exclusive. If you want in, you're going to have to go over to Mad Cat. There you go. There's the link right now. And let me go ahead and make sure everything is ready for our King of the Hill set. Give me 1 second here. And I'm going to go ahead and prep. Let's see. Let me get that. It's going to be, Canario versus Diego E to open things up. All right. Canario and Diego E. Guys, who's producing this? Who's doing all the graphics work? Who's doing everything? Me, right now, by myself. So hold your horses. We'll be with you in just a moment. And, of course, if you want to get a chance of winning that $100, there's the Mad Cat link one more time on the YouTube side. Just put the tournament name and password over on the Mad Cat side. It's starting to fill up right now. Of course, that information will be on screen once we jump over there. But for now, we're about to jump into King of the Hill. And as my buddy Andrew said, it's going to be Canario, Igor, then Surgical Goblin for Team Liquid, Diego E. It's King of the Hill is going to be Yarai, Belican, and Pedro over on the Cream side. So let me go ahead and switch that up. It's Yarai, Belican, and then Pedro on the Cream side. So we'll be with that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get that first one going. What's the tournament called?
I'm excited to see that. I'm very excited to see Yarai versus Canario. I think this is going to be exciting, and I want to see what Yarai has done in the offseason.
Guys, if you want to get into the $100 Open tournament you're seeing right now, it's on Mad Cat only. The stream will end here on YouTube when we go ahead and start that one over. So make sure you're over on Mad Cat if you want a chance at winning $100 today. Oh, CWA is over in the Mad Cat chat. Cashman is over in the Mad Cat chat. I think I just saw Powerbang in the Mad Cat chat. Dude, if you're into mobile gaming, mobile streamers, mobile YouTubers, there's a party over on the Mad Cat side. So go ahead and jump over there. We're about to jump into our first game of King of the Hill. And by the way, if you're on the YouTube side still, boom, check that out. Follow, subscribe to Andrew on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter.
Boom.
And if you're into movie stuff at all, if you're into movie trivia, movie talk, whatever it is, there are a few people I know who know more about movies than Andrew, so go ahead and check him out on there as well. He's a movie genius.
I do love movies, man. I do love movies, although with quarantine going on, I am totally movied out, and I haven't watched one in like 2 weeks now, and I'm okay with it.
Bro, you got to go ahead and start watching Downton.
Oh, I know. I need to find a good TV show. I watch a little bit of Tiger King.
And here we go. Canario bottom of your screen, Yarai at the top.
I wonder if Kanari's going to go with that kind of Mega Knight, you know, zap bait deck. Yep, there we go. Still got it, Rich, just a little bit.
Looks like Uri might be going with Loon Cycle. We'll see if it's the Heal Spirit variant. That is the more popular one right now.
It's gonna be very interesting for Kanari to try to keep up with it. I think what he has to defend are bats, and I guess Dark Goblin is about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, Balloon all the way in. Log should be ready for Uri on the opposite. No, Snowball. Excuse me.
That is brutal. Brutal way to start the game. I mean, the Inferno Dragon's out of cycle. Uri recognized it as soon as I did. And then when he saw that Dark Goblin go down as well, he was like, there is literally no way for him to defend this balloon.
And, you know, one thing I like about the Heal Spirit is some people are trying to lean on it too much and wait to use it for some big offensive moment. But look what Uri did there. He prevented one Barbarian swing on the right-hand side with that Heal Spirit. And just, it doesn't give the stun that you get from an Ice Spirit, but it still does a little bit of damage, and that little bit can be a critical difference.
Yeah, and obviously it's always nice to make positive elixir trades. So he gets the +1 elixir trade there with the Heal Spirit, gets to move his cycle back around, which is ideal with this deck because, you know, Balloon Cycle and, oh man, these Balloon Cycle decks, when you look at the fact that he can get back around with that, I mean, how many 2 elixir cards does he have? He has 4 2 elixir cards in his hand and a 1 elixir card. It's insane.
Here we go, Ram Rider Skelly Barrel in.
Yeah, that's a big push.
And mistimed Snowball from Uri. That's going to be tower down left-hand side. And just like that, the advantage disappears. And people, dude, I've been seeing this a ton and from professionals as well as non-professionals. People are just struggling a little bit with the timing of that new Skeleton Barrel. Just a little
100%.
bit.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because the speed of it, it's not like you don't see it moving, but since the speed is increased, it drops just a half a second sooner. And it's something that I don't think all of us are there with yet, and clearly Uri was not.
Here we go, Ram Rider Skelly Barrel into the right-hand side. And this time Log does help. Lots of connection, though, and Mega Knight on the King Tower as well. Dark Goblin behind, gets on King Tower. That's going to be 10-13 for Uri. Uri in a lot of trouble after getting out to an early lead. And with that Ram Rider, as long as Kanari can just sit back and wait and create pressure with the Mega Knight and Skeleton Barrel, should have a way to really hurt that balloon as time goes on, moving into sudden death. Here we go. Canario ahead.
Man, I love this assault that he's put on. You saw the Inferno Dragon dropped in the center of the map. The Mega Knight went right lane. The Skelly Barrel left lane. Like, he's really splitting up his units to make it very, very difficult to defend against. And the fact that both towers are below 1,500 HP, Uri's in a world of trouble right now.
Here's an opportunity, maybe. You'll see a raged-up Lumberjack drop. Musketeer goes on to the Inferno Dragon, but really just has to sit back and play a little bit of defense here and find maybe one opportunity to sneak through. Gonna go Ice Golem faking. No, he does actually go Balloon left-hand side. And the Ice Golem will pick up some of the aggro there from the Ram Rider. Heal Spirit in.
Ooh, man. That was beautifully put together by Uri. The Log's gonna come in. That right on through with the Lumberjack, dude.
Ram Rider gonna connect the opposite side. Can it happen?
On the tower. Bomb. Wow. 496.
Canario cycling EQ. This is so close. And the Musketeer gets on tower.
Muskie, man. Oh, sneaky Muskie. You hate to see him.
My word, that was crazy.
I don't know if anything makes me more mad than losing by a last-second drop in a pocket. That was so clean from Uri, and Canario just wasn't expecting it. He had the responses, but beautiful. Just beautiful.
Canario down, and was it who was up next?
Next up is going to be Igor.
Igor is going to be up next. There we go. Canario down. Uri taking that first win for Cream Esports. And look, this is, you got to feel good for Cream, finally feeling like they might have the team they're looking for. You know, it was interesting that Luke Dubs and Cody Go, when they finally did join up in Cream, we were all watching how good they were with just Lindsay kind of carrying the squad in the beginning in spring in 2019. And then we thought when Luke Dubs and Cody Go arrived with the way that that Koji and Manu were going on, it was going to be a game changer, and Cream never really hit their heights. But this Cream squad, Uri, Belly, Pedro, and if Diego keeps on getting better and better, they certainly have some high firepower.
Yeah, and you know what's really interesting or kind of fascinating about this BO5 that you put together, man, and I love that the Super Scrim, the idea that you play all 5 sets no matter what, is if Cream wins the King of the Hill, they win the match at CRL West, right?
Yeah.
Because they win 2v2, they lose 1v1. That's fine. Any one of the 1v1 sets they lose, but then they pick up King of the Hill. That's still 2 out of 3 of the sets that are played at CRL. Liquid actually loses this match. So even though Cream lost all 3 of their 1v1 sets, I actually think that they can look at this no matter how the day ends and go, we played pretty well.
So here we go, Mega Knight in, and Skelly Bro going right to tower.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what Igor has for those Skellies, but he's going to have to spend that poison on it.
Igor's playing a mortar, so I'm surprised. I know you're surprised as well.
Yeah, very, very surprised. Excited. Probably just going to be the, that very popular mortar bait deck. Probably minor bats in the last 2 card spots. Instead of goblins, he's got Skellies in there. And this has kind of just been the go-to mortar archetype or mortar bait deck as of late.
Miner in, and Hunter goes to the mortar. Musketeer trying to protect and let it get 1 shot off potentially. And there you go, mortar does connect.
Should get a couple more if he doesn't put any damage on it.
Marianne, hi, Rich, and I think Andrew. Absolutely. That's Andrew Guy on chat. Hey, Marianne, I'm going to go ahead and throw Andrew's YouTube and Twitter information. Guys, go ahead and follow Andrew. Clash Royale, movies, excellent dressing. He has a
not anymore, dude.
not right now.
Yeah, I love that she says it's 3 a.m. and I'm watching. Hi, Rich and Andrew, and I think Andrew. I love it, man. 3 a.m. watching this scrim.
Guys, the password on Mad Cat is being thrown into the chat occasionally right now. And then once we switch over to being Mad Cat exclusive for the stream, the password and tournament name will be on screen. But the name and password are going into the chat right now on the Mad Cat side. They'll be there over and over again. Go ahead and check it out. If a mod wants to throw it in over there a few times, feel free. But yes, the name and password of this tournament will only be on Mad Cat. It will be streamed only on Mad Cat. If you don't want to win $100 bucks, you want to play some Clash Royale. And this will be one of 2 Mad Cat exclusives today and tomorrow. Today, $100 tournament. Tomorrow, a qualifier for the €700 tournament. That's going to be one of those Pro-Am Invitationals by Revel. More information on that one later. Right now, Igor fighting to stay alive here. 557 on the right-hand side. Yurai continues to put pressure on. Igor not even worrying about the miners right now. A little late on picking up that miner. Going to worry about the skeleton barrel a whole lot more. Snowball comes in 223. Can he come back here, Andrew? Probably a poison.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's basically impossible. He was not able to deal with the bait. You know, when you only have Snowball and Poison and you have that much bait to deal with, the Snowballs have to go to the bats. So then you only have the Poison to deal with everything on the ground. So not a great matchup there for Igor, but still very well played by Yurai. And this is exactly what I was saying, man. They are now up 2-0 in King of the Hill, and they are 1 game away from sweeping King of the Hill, which puts Cream in a very, very good position coming into CRL, knowing that, like, look, yes, we lost the 1v1s. That's something we can work on, but we still won the BO3.
And is it Surge for the last guy for
Yes,
Liquid?
sir.
All right, let's go ahead and update these scores here. Right now, 2-0 in King of the Hill for Cream Esports. And, of course, if you want to get a piece of that tournament, let me go ahead and throw that tournament up here. That's going to be on Mad Cat only, coming right after this. We'll have a few minutes of a break to let people join up over there, but $100 tournament. Be a whole lot of fun. Hang out with us for a little while longer. 100-hour-long 1,000-person tournament. Max 3 losses goes to an 8-person bracket. Winner take all. And right now, Surgical Goblin needs to win 3 in a row if he wants to throw a little bit of more money into the pocket of Team Liquid. And thank you, Evo Nembrot, for your subscription here on YouTube. Because of your subscription, and only because of your subscription, a butterfly just changed colors and was like, oh, this looks better.
Wow.
I know,
Changing
right?
the world 1 butterfly at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That Hog got 2 hits from that mini P.E.K.K.A defense, so, you know, kind of a nice start there for Surge, and looks like he's maybe just running the Hog Rider Barbs.
This is interesting because we've seen Hog Rider cycle. Whoa!
Whoa! I was like, usually it's with the Royal Hogs, but say no more, Surgical Goblin. He's going for the sweep.
Surgical Goblin, one of the greatest of all time, is running insane ladder cheese here in King of the Hill against Yurai. And look, if anyone can win with it, it's the guy wearing blue.
Insane ladder cheese is maybe the most brilliant way of putting that, because if I'm on ladder and I see the deck, I immediately think I'm going to destroy them. I end up losing, and then I'm so angry.
Yeah, welcome to life. And we're at 143 viewers right now over on Mad Cat, so that's pretty rad. And over here on YouTube, a pretty healthy 490. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hope you guys are enjoying this Clash Royale interlude. And, of course, there's going to be Clash Royale coming from me for the next few days, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I believe. So if you like hearing me talk about CR.
Oh, wow. That mini P.E.K.K.A did not get a hit. I really thought it was going to. I think Turge knew it wasn't, but that was very, very close.
It's so interesting seeing double win condition. You know, you see like double bait, right? You know, with the Skelly Barrel and Goblin Barrel, but they're both so fast, you're able to load up other stuff. And the Goblin Barrel can play some defense if necessary, right? It's not ideal, but it can. Seeing Hog Rider and Royal Hogs together is just kind of mind-boggling, especially seeing it work.
Yeah, I mean, what's fascinating about this deck is that you look at the other cards surrounding it, and there's so much single target or ability to take down single target DPS, right? The Barbs, obviously, to clean up anything large like P.E.K.K.A or Golem comes in, but then, you know, the Hunter, massive single target DPS, and the Firecracker, very, very tough to keep up with, and kind of your only ranged air DPS because the Hunter has to get up close and personal. He's lucky that he's not playing against like Lava Hound, but he probably knew that.
Mini P.E.K.K.A and Hunter going left-hand lane, Hogs going to the right-hand side. A lot of pressure here on Surgical Goblin in the final moments. EQ, those piggies could steal it, and Mini P.E.K.K.A does it.
Dude. Yuri just slept.
1, 2, 3. Yuri, the unsung hero of Fnatic. Now doing it again, wearing the red and white of Cream Esports.
Just doing what he does, man. That is what this man does. And the fact that Cream picked him up, I love it, because he needed to go somewhere to shine, to excel. And yeah, I don't know. I cannot wait to see this man play at CRL.
There's your stats courtesy of Clash Royale, or of Stats Royale. Clash Royale is the game that you're playing. Courtesy of Stats Royale. There's your stats view. And as you can see, Surgical Goblin goes with the high stinky cheese, and it gets knocked out of the park by Yuri. Nearly had the 2-tower finish there at the end. But there you go. Guys, if you're on Mad Cat, this stream will continue on there. If you're on YouTube, go to Mad Cat for a chance to get in on that $100 Mad Cat Open Tournament. Sponsored by AMG. AMG Events and AMG overall, supporting mobile gaming content creators, streamers, and esports all over the place. Aftershock Media Group, really, really cool. And thank you again. They'll be sponsoring $100 open tournaments for the next month and a half, all the way through May. We'll be doing weekly $100 open tournaments sponsored by AMG. So I am really pumped about it. I know the whole team is pumped about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're over on YouTube, guys, I'm going to get one more time. Go over to Mad Cat and try to get your job done. Andrew, you sticking around with us for the $100 open for a bit, or are you going to bounce out? I don't know what you're doing.
I wish that I could, but I think, honestly, man, it's time to do another grocery run for the lady and myself. But I really hope I can join you this weekend. I hope the invite is still there because this was so much fun, dude. I love doing this with you, and it just felt right.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's, I mean, you know what? One thing I wish that we don't really talk about it much. I wish that they had the video somewhere of all our warm-ups from CRL.
Dude.
You guys might. I'm gonna pop out here to video to the camera for a second. YouTube can hang around for this. I'm gonna kill the YouTube stream in a couple minutes here. Andrew and I, we have to do a rehearsal every morning before we do, like, whenever we get ready to start our day for CRL. And we've done this for a long enough time that the rehearsal's more for tech to make sure everything's working and operating correctly. So Andrew and I just kind of goof off and announce whatever we feel like announcing. And they're somewhere, I think they've recorded them. There are hours upon hours of tapes of Andrew and I casting stuff that doesn't actually exist.
It's so brilliant. I'm pretty sure we definitely did a handful, like baking, cleaning. We definitely did like a slap competition because Cody always looked so burly.
That's true.
We did a beard competition, a calf competition. It was some really good stuff, man.
Yeah, Andrew and I get up to some fun when we're hanging out, and hopefully soon we get to be in the same room at a safe distance. So thank you, dude. Thank you so much for joining me one more time in the chat, guys, on the YouTube side. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow Andrew, sub to Andrew, all that stuff. On the Mad Cat side, guys, stick around. the tournament info. I'm going to keep posting in the chat. Once we kill the YouTube stream, I'll be throwing the tournament info up on screen on the Mad Cat side. If you're on YouTube, guys, there's the Mad Cat link. Jump over to Mad Cat now and get your shot at winning that $100. $100 open tournament. It'll be here's the graphic for it. 1,000-person open tournament for an hour. Max 8 losses. Top 8 make a bracket. Winner of that takes the entire $100, courtesy of our friends over at AMG. AMG supporting mobile gamers, streamers, content creators, and all around pretty cool guys. And of course, if you guys have ever paid attention to Twitter, AMG supported and run by our good friends CWA and Powerbang, 2 leaders in the overall world of mobile gaming and mobile gaming content creation. Andrew, anything you wanna sign off with before you go on and put on your mask and your hazmat suit and go out and brave the world for some bananas?
No, man. Thanks again for having me. Thank all you guys for the subs and the follows on Twitter. I cannot thank you guys enough. I'll make sure to be putting out content for you guys to enjoy as well, just like Rich has been doing. And I'm looking forward to casting it with you again this Saturday, man, and have fun with the Mad Cat tourney.
Sweet, I will. Thanks, Andrew. And, of course, thanks to Try, the coach who's been adminning. He'll be adminning again once we get back to the bracket side of all this stuff. Andrew, I'll talk to you soon. And, yeah, one more time, there's all of Andrew's stuff in the chats. Go ahead and jump on that one. And yeah, let me pop out here, guys. That's gonna be it on the YouTube side. Mad Cat, stick around. We're about to jump into the $100 open. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the YouTube side of the stream. Things, guys, if you're joining on YouTube, one more time, over to Mad Cat for the $100 open tournament. Really enjoyed having you here. Of course, there'll be more esports content, no tilt, my Super Scrim, some brackets, more opportunities for you to play. Most of the opportunities for you to play will be on Mad Cat, including tomorrow on Mad Cat only. The qualifiers for the €700 prize pool. Stay at home Cup 2. So that will be starting. Yeah, that's what that says. Revel putting that one on. So tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, they'll be on Mad Cat exclusive as well. And there is an iOS Mad Cat app, guys. I forget how you get it. I think you have to get it through like that. What's that thing called where you
Sounds
load
like
it?
Kelly says there's a button in the top right corner for you to be able to get the app if you click on that.
Cool. Yeah, I think you have to use the test flight thing or something, but there's a button in the top right corner on the Mad Cat for you to get it. All right, we're going to go ahead and kill YouTube. Andrew, thanks a lot. Be safe, and I hope you find some good groceries.
Hey, thanks. Much love, brother. You guys have a great rest of your day, and good luck to those participating in the tourney.
Peace. All right, guys, let me pop out back here. Hi, guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw this up on the... Here's the information again one more time as I shut down on the YouTube side. And throw you guys the link one more time. And let me go ahead and end the stream on YouTube. But I make sure it still keeps going up on the, on the Mad Cat side. So I got to figure out how I'm doing that correctly. Let's go to, let's see, maybe I can do it from here. Let's go to that. This might be the way to do it. I've never done this before where I kill one side. Oh, this might be it.